Hello, and it's time for another update for No Pan Left Behind. And I mean, look at this eye look. If you tuned in, it's either yesterday or a few days ago, you will know that this eye look is part of my No Pan Left Behind Project Pan, which includes the Elsa palette from Colourpop. And I love this look. We will be talking about it today, as well as another look that I did with this, and we'll also be talking about my randomized single eyeshadow palette. There's a lot to talk about today, some good, some bad, some ugly, a little mix of all. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe. I do a lot of project panning here on my channel. I love bright, fun, colorful makeup. I love get ready with me's and all that kind of stuff. So if that sounds like a good time to you, then definitely stick around. We're very close to 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Maybe we've got there by the time this video goes live. I am pre-filming a teeny weeny bit, so it's always a possibility. And as I said, I will be doing either a live stream or some kind of special thing when we hit 5K. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, so let me know down below. But no pan left behind. So I have one randomized eyeshadow palette in. This is the Frozen 2 Elsa palette from Colourpop, and as you can see, it's a really beautiful palette. It's got some warm tones, it's got some pops of blues and cool tones in there as well. You guys know I love contrasting colors, but more importantly, I love blues, and this palette has that. So I'm just going to cut the suspense and say that I have used every single shade in this palette. If you weren't sure what No Pan Left Behind is, I should probably explain that before we jump into it. It is when I randomly select a palette and I just have to use all the shades one time. That is it. Super stress-free, super chill, which is what I need sometimes, especially on this channel because I do so many projects. So let's talk about this look. I knew that I was filming this video today, so I wanted to get the last shades done. And you know what? For a look that was just meant to use up some shades, I love this so much. I think this is so pretty. So I did start with a black and a dark blue from a different palette, but then I used this shade, Water, which is my last transition shade for this wing. Now I got a little bit nervous, I can't lie, because when I was doing the get ready with me, it was getting kind of crazy. I don't know what happened, but things got out of hand and I was very close to wiping this makeup look off and trying to start again. I'm so glad I didn't though, because like, look at it, it's so pretty. But this was the last transition here. I put it all the way through this wing shape, all up nearly into my brows. I really love like a super spaced out blend. Is that how you say it? You know what I mean. And I also have this just on the outer part of my lower lash line too. Then I put ice crystals all over the lid as a base for this. This is like the star of the show. I said in the get ready with me, I use this so much on my nails when I did my nails myself. Now I get them done professionally, but I love this shade so much. It's got like pink and purple and blue and green reflex in it. It just takes my breath away so much, and I need to use this more, especially with blues, because it is such a perfect wintry kind of shade, especially now. You know, it's getting colder. I don't need to be reminded, but it's getting colder, and this is like winter in a shade, in a glitter. It's so stunning. If you have this palette, bring out this glitter like now. So then after that I used this shade Spindrift, and this is what is on my lower lash line and also blended very, very lightly in the front of my crease as well. Then I used this shade Gale just on the lower lash line to add a little bit of texture. I do like when I have super glittery lids just to put a little bit of shimmer on the lower lash line to kind of even things out a bit. And then on the inner corner, I have this pink iridescent shade called Cuddle Close. So that is the first look, technically the second, but the first look that we're talking about today. I really, really love this. I love contrasting color stories. They are just my favorite things in the world. And now let's talk about the second look that I did with this. So this was a look that I wore to the office, and I don't really wear pinks that often, but I thought, you know what? Why not? Why not? We're gonna play around with this, we may as well. So I started with this shade Fire, which is almost like a saturated mauve kind of shade. It's not cool tone at all, but it's definitely got that like almost taupey hint to it. Really, really pretty. I do like these kind of shades. Then I used Awakened out in the outer corner, and this is very pink. This is very intense. This definitely pulled this look from neutral to pink and intense and vibrant. So yeah, be careful if you're wearing this. And then all over the lid, I put Northern Lights, which is a really, really beautiful duochrome. It's got some pink and blue and green shifts in there. It is so aptly named, and I really do love that shade so much. So that is it for this palette. That is it completely done. I have used every single shade. I was a little bit nervous rolling this in because it's a palette that I don't reach for that often at all, but I've really, really enjoyed playing with it this month, and I'm really happy that it can be rolling out today. But just before we do roll in a random new palette, let's talk about my single eyeshadow palette. So all of these shades are randomly selected every single month, and whenever I use one of the shades, I take it out and I'll randomly select another shade to roll in the updates. So you can see this color story was really nice, a little bit different, a little bit kind of all over the place, but definitely a challenge. And this is going to be very short and sweet because I have not used anything in this palette this month. I know, not good. I've not touched it. I don't know why. Could not tell you, but that's not good. So we're going to put it down, we're going to close it, and it's going to roll into next month. So there are a few palettes on my Tiny Decisions app that I have not logged. I have had a lot of new palettes in this month, and I've just not had the chance yet to log them onto the app, but I am going to roll and we're going to see what we get. The suspense is killing me. Okay. Soft Glam. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, and I have actually had this out very recently to talk about it in a Possibilities for Pan That Palette 2025 video. There's a lot that I have to say about this, so let's talk. I'm glad that this has rolled in, I think. I think this is a good palette to roll in for the end of the year. Is it very me? No. This is very me. This is very me, glitter, colour. This is very, very neutral. I'm glad that I actually have this to play around with, I think, because I've not used it in a very long time, A. B, I think it'll go really well with some of the other shades that I'm panning. It's going to go so well with Realgar from the Modern Renaissance, which is the only shade I have left in here. So that would be really good to play around with that. And also it was, as I said, a contender for Pan That Palette 2025. I have said that I don't think I'm going to be rolling this in for that. This is like bottom of the list. However, someone did comment and say, do not pan this in like 2 years because the quality might not be very good. So it'll be interesting to see that kind of thing as well. This is why I really like doing things randomly, because I would not have picked this to use, but I'm excited. I think it's gonna, yeah, I'm not over the moon, but I'm not gonna, cry myself to sleep tonight. So this is it. What do you think of our new palette? Do you think I'm gonna have all the shades done by next month? What do you think of this absolute fail? I know. Something that I will say as well though, Soft Glam could go really well with some of these more colourful shades. So that could also be really good. But this is it. This is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye.